Now on Nightside, the first day on the job for Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown, her focus on public safety, plus the Spokane Valley Mayor named today.
There's some snow on the way tonight. I'll let you know when you can expect the winter weather to really make a comeback in the first alert forecast.
And a suspected shooter found in a basement with 3 children. One man is recovering in the hospital. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside.
Congratulations, Mayor Haley.
Thank you.
Well, the Spokane Valley City Council has named the new mayor. Pam Haley will serve her 2nd consecutive term as mayor, winning 5 out of the 7 votes from the fellow city council members. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Derek Dice. It's also a new start for the city of Spokane. As of today, Lisa Brown has officially taken office as mayor. It was a very busy day for Mayor Brown. She was tasked with learning different protocols and meeting the people she'll be working with. Brown says one of her focuses right now is on the city's homeless population. As her term continues, Brown says she will work to address the number of people struggling with housing prices as well. Her day consisted of meetings that revolved around public safety, which is her top priority as mayor.
We are going to be searching for a new police chief, and so that will be a community process as well. And in addition to that, we want to look at our staffing levels. Are they appropriate? What are the response rates and times? What do we need to do to get those to the place that the public expects?
And besides addressing some of the issues Spokane faces, Brown said she's also excited about the different opportunities the city has, such as celebrating the 50th anniversary of Expo 74. Well, a man is recovering in the hospital after being shot in northwest Spokane. Police say they were called to the corner of Francis and Sutherland at around 11:30 this morning. Police found the man who was shot several times, a woman, a teenager, and 2 small children, all in the basement with a suspected shooter. Officers say one of the kids was so scared they armed themselves with a knife. The woman and kids were not harmed. No word yet on what charges the suspect may face. Well, by now, your Christmas tree may be looking a little worse for wear, so Spokane is helping you out with curbside pickup through January 12th. Be aware, normal pickup is 1 day late this week because of the holiday. Your trees need to be clear of any decorations, including any fake snow. Speaking of snow, it looks like winter is returning in the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here tracking some of it this week.
Yeah, about a month late. We're going to get a tiny preview of that snow overnight tonight, and then there's a lot more coming in the 7-day forecast. Doppler radar right now, we've got a tricky system coming in for tomorrow. It's been hard to get a handle on the precipitation type as it is coming in mainly as rain, a little bit of a rain-snow mix showing up in portions of northern Spokane County, and our temperatures are just above freezing in many spots and then a little below as we get up into North Idaho, but right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area as that system comes in, temperatures are going to be just right around freezing. Our forecast radar shows that light precipitation coming in around 3 a.m. in the form of rain or a rain-snow mix, and then in the blue out on the West Plains, snow, and that is where we are likely to see a little bit of snow, possibly some minor accumulations on the grassy surfaces also north of Spokane. It is not expected to have an impact on the morning commute, and then throughout the day tomorrow, a rain or a rain-snow mix possible all the way through tomorrow evening. Again, the best chance to see some accumulating snow. It will be light on the grassy surfaces tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your Wednesday planner. 31 degrees to start the day, heading up to a high of 37 with a chance of rain or a rain-snow mix off and on throughout the day. Some snow to start. It comes a lot more simple in the 7-day forecast. It's all snow and cold. I'll let you know when to expect that in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Cases of the flu and RSV are increasing in Kootenai County, according to the CDC. Respiratory illnesses are rating high in both Idaho and Washington. Take a look at this map here. States seen in green and yellow have low activity rates. The more orange, red, and purple you see, the higher the activity. Experts say all of the holiday travel and gatherings could increase these numbers even more. Well, former WSU quarterback Cameron Ward will be playing in the East-West Shrine Game, an all-star game for the best players in college football. Sports director Julian Minnesone is in studio. And Julian, why is this game so important for Ward?
Well, there's going to be a ton of NFL scouts in attendance, so think of this as the final game, the final dress rehearsal, if you will, before Ward goes to the NFL. Ward declared for the NFL draft yesterday and is projected to go as high as the first round. But according to multiple college football insiders, Ward is not one of the top few quarterback prospects in the draft. There is one thing that could work in Ward's favor, however, with the number of injuries and albeit lackluster play across the league. There will be a high demand for a quarterback this year, so it's expected to be the deepest QB draft in quite a while. If Ward plays well in the East-West Shrine Game, it could set himself up to be picked higher in the draft, and that means potentially more money. Now, the East-West Shrine Game is set for February 1st. The NFL draft is in April. All eyes from here will be on Cam Ward. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, Julian, thanks so much. It's been more than a month since the Downtown Spokane Partnership launched its pilot program, expanding security coverage downtown. That ended on Sunday, but people living and working downtown say they hope to see it year-round. Since the program was implemented, the Downtown Spokane Partnership says feedback has been positive, with people utilizing the late-night escorts to their cars. Although it's ended, downtown ambassadors will still be patrolling downtown, but instead of staying out until midnight, those patrols will roll back its hours, now ending at 6 p.m. For people working and living downtown, those later hours are when they say these patrols are needed the most. We spoke with one man who works downtown about what it can be like at night.
There really isn't much lighting to get to our vehicles because we do park kind of far away from where we work. So it's like you're doing maybe a 10 or 15 minute walk and you're crossing paths with a lot of characters along the way.
Now, overall, the Downtown Spokane Partnership says these patrols played an important role in getting people downtown. They're still looking at data showing its impact, so there's no official date as to when these late-night patrols might return. A pound of meth, 1,000 fentanyl pills, marijuana, and guns were found during a traffic stop in Post Falls today. You can see some of that in this photo. The Cooney County Sheriff's Office says the smell of marijuana was coming from the car when Amber and Joshua Letchworth were pulled over. The two face multiple charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm and possession with intent to deliver. A Spokane federal grand jury has indicted 2 men in connection to this drug press police seized last month. Investigators say it can make up to 17,000 pills an hour. Timothy Maddox faces 10 felony counts, while Nicholas Adams faces 7 felony counts. The two were arrested following a months-long investigation by the Regional Street Crimes Unit. Investigators also seized a smaller pill press, nearly a pound of meth, 4.5 pounds of powder presumed to be fentanyl, $57,000 in cash, and more than a dozen guns. Well, something fishy is going on near Higgins Point along Lake Coeur d'Alene. We'll show you what's going on in about 10 minutes' time. Also ahead, the FAFSA is now open. The new tools this year that will help you fill it out quicker. And the investigation into the deadly plane crash in Japan, it's all next on Nightside.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war. The worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
I was only planning to jingle some of the way tonight, but now I think I might be jingling all the way for you.
It's never too early for late night cheer.
How satisfied are you with your visit with us?
I'm not satisfied.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
911, what's your emergency?
Get him out now!
It takes a special someone to want to live this life.
Suit up, we're heading inside.
We're in the business of saving lives.
We got a pulse.
911.
No matter how dark it gets, we're here together.
911, coming March 14th to ABC.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing on January 25th. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. Take a look at your screen here. Just a burned, melted shell of the plane remains at a Tokyo airport now after crashing into a Japanese Coast Guard plane and bursting into flames on the runway. 367 passengers on board survived, though 5 Coast Guard members in the other plane were killed. ABC's Zoreen Shaw has the latest in this investigation.
Investigators urgently trying to piece together how a Japan Airlines plane coming in for a landing crashed into a Japanese Coast Guard plane about to take off. Watch this moment of impact. 379 passengers and crew aboard Flight 516 hits the runway, the plane going up in flames before skidding to a stop. Video from inside showing a cabin filling with smoke.
Landing
after
fire.
But they went on the slides. The emergency exit.
Yes.
Our Matt Gutman spoke to this passenger who says he shot this video from his seat. 17 people suffered injuries, but everyone surviving.
They did have enough time to get everybody off. That 90 seconds, those 3 minutes were absolutely critical. And those are all the safety designs that have gone into airplanes over the years that has allowed that to happen.
But 5 Coast Guard members on the sitting plane dying from the crash.
Almost always these incursions and these near misses are the result of human error, whether it was human error in the control tower, on the ground, in one of the cockpits. That's something that the Japanese will need to determine.
This is the second tragedy to hit Japan in just hours. The Coast Guard flight was heading to deliver aid after a 7.6 earthquake rocked the country, igniting fires and leaving over 55 people dead. Zoreen Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And that deadly earthquake devastated communities along Japan's west coast. Rescue efforts are ongoing despite multiple aftershocks. At least 30,000 people have taken shelter at evacuation centers in Japan, and the impact is still very fresh.
Thinking about it now still makes me tremble. My heart was pounding. My mind went blank. We just scrambled, things like our wallets, and ran outside.
And there's more than just constant aftershocks people in centers have to worry about. Other than a roof over their heads, there's little else. And with no running water, the Japanese self-defense forces are handing out water. Access to impacted communities further north is now very limited. Well, heads up to future or current college students and their parents. The new free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is open with a lot of changes. The new FAFSA has far fewer questions for students, taking the number from as many as 108 to as few as 18. It's been simplified in 2 major ways. First, applicants can now skip questions that just aren't relevant to them. And second, a tool connected with the IRS allows applicants to pull appropriate tax data from their parents' most recent filings.
The student will go in and say, yes, you can pull any information on file at the IRS for me. And then the parent will also go in and do the same.
A new way to calculate aid is expected to boost the number of lower-income students eligible for federal Pell Grants, which do not need to be repaid. But the new calculations eliminate the so-called sibling discount, where students who had a sibling already enrolled in college were eligible for more aid. While many people are trying to fill out the form as soon as possible, studentaid.gov states the FAFSA will be available for short periods of time.
Pick of the night tonight from Andra Derrickson. Gorgeous sunrise over the Spokane River at Mirabou Park. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
Drinking watermelon moonshine.
country.
'Twas the month before The Bachelor, and all through the mansion,
excitement was building with love and with passion. The women arrived in limos. They came.
How we doing?
For Joey's perfect match. Love isn't a game.
Yes!
That's really funny. Group dates and red roses must meet. 'Tis the season. Who's here for fun? And who's here for the right reason? Don't get me started. The mistletoe's hung. Some will steal a few kisses. With hopes to become Joey's future missus. You can all come to the wedding.
Here's to a season of love and delight.
Happy Bachelor to all, and to all a good night.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
4 News Now is brought to you by Papa Murphy's.
All right, welcome back. First, people were dropping their cable companies, and now they're canceling their streaming services. That's forced companies like Hulu, Netflix, and other streamers to bundle their products, offer discounts, or run ads to keep their businesses profitable. About 25% of subscribers have canceled at least 3 of the most popular streaming services over the past 2 years. That figure stood at just 15% 2 years ago. You know, and Chris, I think like people got rid of cable because, oh, we'll save money because cable's so expensive. But then you've got all these different streaming services, and then most people are probably paying more money than they were in the first place.
Right. And 4 News Now, still free.
There you go.
Always been free. And you can download the KXLY Plus app and watch us free.
Yes.
Yes. Why you don't need to pay anything. But yes, I need to cancel some subscriptions at my house too. Here are 4 things to know about your weather, and it is free to know that we have snow coming in for tomorrow morning. It is going to be very, very light, but we haven't had much, so it's still going to be a bit of a change. Minor accumulations on the grassy surfaces. It looks like the West Plains, parts of northern Spokane County and points to the north, but well less than an inch. Light rain developing by the afternoon, but there is a big change in our weather pattern coming. Starts this weekend, and we will get reinforcing shots of wintry weather right on through the next couple of weeks. Our chance of precipitation on Wednesday, and this has changed since earlier this evening, all the way up to 60% around noon, and then it begins to taper off. Rain or a rain-snow mix for the afternoon with a little bit of snow to start the day. Our high temperatures tomorrow are going to be up in the mid-30s to the lower 40s in many locations. So if you do happen to get a little bit of snow at your house, it will not last long. And again, traffic impacts in the valleys should be absolutely minimal. Now, the next big thing is some more substantial snow coming. We have that weather pattern change starting Friday. Friday in Spokane could get around an inch of snow with more in Coeur d'Alene. But this is several rounds of snow coming. Another one Friday night into Saturday, bringing moderate valley snow through the weekend, heavy mountain snow, and we have additional systems coming in next week and even beyond, bringing more snow to the region. This is just an initial estimate of this first round of snow. In general, 1/10 of an inch or less over much of eastern Washington, and then more up in that corner of the Okanagan and the east slopes of the northern Cascades. Through Thursday, 8 o'clock, could see some additional snow, particularly in North Idaho. In general, less than an inch. And then that next system comes in Friday night and into Saturday. And that's where the snow really starts building up in the mountains. And we could see some heavy snow in the valleys of North Idaho. This 1.7 in Spokane, I think, is a little on the low side. That might be right in downtown, but some of the higher benches could be looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow. A lot of uncertainty about this forecast, but the mountain snow is quite a certainty. Temperatures, meanwhile, in the January 10th through 16th time period, a very strong signal of below average temperatures in that 8 to 14 day outlook and above average precipitation. So I think January, we are going to make up a lot of ground on our wintry weather. In your planning forecast, we've got that light snow tomorrow mixed with rain. Thursday, just a little bit of light precipitation possible, 20% chance, then more snow Friday. Saturday, a possible weather alert day for some moderate snow accumulations that could be very impactful, especially with any traveling, a lot of college kids coming back and forth to college. Sunday, lingering snow showers and then more snow and cold. You'll notice a high Monday of only 29. It starts to go up Tuesday, but if I did a 10-day forecast, it would start going down again with more highs in the 20s as we get into the middle of next week, Derek.
All right, Chris, those ski resorts loving what's coming their way. Well, you may want to plug your nose if you plan on heading to Higgins Point in Kootenai County anytime soon. That's because of hundreds of dead kokanee are along the shoreline of Lake Coeur d'Alene right now. Like many landlocked sockeye salmon, they die shortly after reproducing. The majority of them spawn between mid-November and January 1st, but all those dead fish help attract a good amount of bald eagles to come feast on the north end of the lake. Well, around the Northwest now, Oregon could become the next state to remove former President Donald Trump's name from the ballot. Among the legal questions the state Supreme Court once answered are whether the Secretary of State has the authority to determine if a candidate qualifies to be president. Oregon Secretary of State doesn't think she does, at least not yet. She asked the court to throw out the case, saying her authority on the matter only applies to the general election, not the GOP primary. The court says it won't make a decision until next week. Around the nation now, investigators in Utah confirmed that cyber kidnappers based out of China have been targeting a 17-year-old foreign exchange student, forcing him to spend thousands of dollars and isolate himself in the woods, threatening to hurt his family.
They would harm his family back in China.
Basically, if you don't do exactly what we say, then your parents will be in danger because, you know, he's talking to him not in person but over the phone, and they're from China. He's believing he's doing these things here in the U.S. to protect his family in China.
When the boy's parents started asking about the missing money, the police say the kidnappers changed their tactics.
He told him to leave and isolate himself, and they began targeting the parents directly.
In total, police believe the kidnappers took roughly $80,000 from the victim's family. The boy was found camping in the woods in the cold with very little supplies. Security experts say cybercriminals often get the information they need to extort their victims from social media posts. Well, the city of Spokane is looking for volunteers to help with the point-in-time count. That's the yearly survey to see how many people are experiencing homelessness across the county.
We know that there are a lot of people that want to come together and help out with the unhoused population and find paths to true stability and housing. And the best way to do that is to know where we're starting.
Volunteers ask questions like how long someone's been homeless and where people sleep at night. Once the report is complete, it will go to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. HUD will then determine the funds the county will receive to fight homelessness. If you'd like to volunteer, we have a link to register for you on KXLY.com. Well, Gonzaga opens up conference play on Thursday. How the Zags can turn things around and help their NCAA tournament hopes coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Brooke Shields, the most photographed woman in the world.
A sexualized child model. What happened to her isn't really about her, it's just about women.
I let myself be vulnerable, and this is the first time I've ever spoken about what happened. I thought my one no should have been enough, you know.
When someone like Brooke Shields talks about it, it makes a difference.
I'm amazed that I survived any of it.
Pretty Baby, Brooke Shields, Monday night on ABC.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in one day only. New 2024 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Right here, right now.
Where were we? Oh my God, are we doing this?
Let's do this.
Right here, right now.
Y'all waiting for help to come? It's already here.
Exactly. That's what I've always said.
After school crew is back, baby.
Let's get to work. I'm back on this case. There is always a reason to fight for another day.
This is the year to break the rules.
I'm in.
Okay.
That was inspiring.
I'm excited to see what's coming.
Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Let's go! Let's take this rocket ship for a ride. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just so happy to be back.
Well, Washington Huskies will take on Michigan in the College Football National Championship on Monday. UW took down Texas 37-31 in the Sugar Bowl last night to punch their ticket to the title game. Sports Director Julian Minnesota is in studio now. And Julian, I think a lot of people, at least around here, like the Huskies' chances to win it all.
Yeah, when you're throwing the ball around like Michael Penix Jr. was, I'd say you have a pretty good shot at winning a championship. Penix showed why he was the finalist for the Heisman Trophy. He threw for 430 yards, which is the fourth most ever in a college football playoff game, and he'll have to continue that trend against Michigan. The Wolverines have the #1 defense in the country. They held teams to less than 10 points a game this season. Penix and the Huskies, they were quite impressive, but they'll have to take it up a notch if they want to take down the Wolverines and win the title.
Man, the job's not finished. You know, I feel like, you know, it's definitely going to take more. You know, I'm going to push myself to get this team more next week, and, man, we're just super excited for the opportunity for sure.
Well, the stage is set. Kickoff is at 4:30 on Monday from NRG Stadium in Houston. The Huskies are looking to be the first Pac-12 team to win the title in the college football playoff era and their first championship since 1991. Gonzaga has been ranked for 142 straight weeks, but that streak is in jeopardy. The Bulldogs dropped to number 24 in the AP rankings. The Zags open up conference play against Pepperdine on Thursday. Another loss would knock them out of the top 25 for the first time since 2016. Gonzaga is going to have a huge home court advantage this week, though. Thursday's game will be played right across the street from us at Spokane Arena in front of nearly 12,000 screaming fans. That's double the capacity of McCarthy Athletic Center. And the Bulldogs could use the extra home cook, and GU lost 4 games before the new year. That hasn't happened in more than a decade. And no one is more sick and tired of losing than forward Anton Watson.
You're going to lose some games, but, you know, we're going to be right back next game. You know, we got to come out 120%, you know, bring that energy, and I don't think we're trying to lose the rest of the year.
Tip-off is at 6 o'clock on Thursday. We're going to have live pregame and postgame coverage for you right here on 4 News Now. And speaking of Gonzaga, former Gonzaga star Robert Sacre coaching North Central as they take on Gonzaga Prep tonight. This might have been the game of the year so far in high school hoops. G-Prep with the ball, and Dylan Groves gives the Bullpups the lead. But Groves had 23. Final minute, though. G-Prep up 2. Not anymore. The turnover, and Jelani Irvin slams it home to tie it up. Sacre is pumped. Now watch this. Crazy finish. Final seconds of the fourth. Clock winding down. Henry Sandberg can't get it to fall. The Wolfpack grab the rebound. 5 seconds left. Travell Jones throws it up, and Ja'Cory Irvin catches the one-handed lob, slams it in as time expires. But the refs say Irvin did not make it in time. overtime we go. Final seconds of the OT. Game tied. Groves is going to drive inside. His shot is blocked by Irvin, and so we go to double overtime. And that's when North Central's Eli Williams took over. I mean, the guy was unstoppable. He led all scorers with 28 points. Then, final possession here. G-Prep trying to get it going, but Ja'Cory Irvin ices the game with another huge block. North Central hangs on 77-72 in double OT. Now, Gonzaga head coach Mark Few watching his daughter Julia Few and the Gonzaga Prep girls team. They were also taking on North Central. This was before the boys game. Coach Few, though, gotta like what he sees right here from Julia on defense with the steal. Then she's gonna finish with the offhand, the lay-in with the left on the other end. She's got a pretty good coach at home too, I'd have to say. But North Central came to play. Shailene Irvin giving people buckets, going off the glass right there. It was back and forth, especially early on, but then G-Prep decided to put the foot on the gas. Ayla Cornwall pushing it up the floor, making it look easy off the glass. G-Prep runs away with this one, 70-32. Just got me hyped, getting ready for Friday Night Sports Extra, which begins next Friday, the basketball edition.
You said G-Prep NC Boys, maybe the best high school game you've seen since you've been in Spokane.
Since I've been in Spokane for the last year and some change. So, yeah, it was unbelievable. Standing room only. Yeah. People going crazy on the court, crowd going nuts. Amazing atmosphere.
Looked like a lot of fun. Yeah. All right, take a look at this Hobbit hole in Port Orchard, Washington. The owner, along with other Lord of the Rings fans, will celebrate J.R.R. Tolkien Day tomorrow. The famous author was born on January 3rd, 1892. Now, there is a Hobbit house on Spokane South Hill, but it's not quite like this one. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's just 9 days until the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th through the 15th. Amazing RV discounts and manufacturers reps are coming from across the country with incredible prices for the show only. Thanks on site with super low interest rates. And again featuring tiny homes in multiple models. Tons of vendors and free admission. There's prizes and giveaways, including a travel trailer giveaway. There's adult beverages, live band, and a scavenger hunt for the kids. It's the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th through the 15th.
You see the look on his face? Hilarious.
I know how you feel. Because I was right here.
My biggest fear was on that.
Always waiting for me.
But I knew I was never alone.
And I would get through it. Because people care.
So walk right in.
Get back on.
Step right up. And to everyone who sees anyone bullying, don't just watch. Act.
Together, we can put an end to bullying.
You can learn more at disney.com/choose-kindness.
I want you to listen up and listen carefully.
This is MeTV, America's #1 classic television destination.
It's one of a kind.
One of a kind.
And it makes me feel good all over.
Airing more than 60 memorable series every week.
Watch MeTV's comedy stars over the air on KXLY 4.2.
MeTV is memorable entertainment.
Television? Wow!
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Some light snow tomorrow, for the most part non-accumulating or even just mixed with rain, a high of 37, but we have more snow on the way. Saturday is a possible weather alert day for some moderate snow accumulations.
All right, we'll continue to keep our eye on that. Well, we have a schedule change for tomorrow to tell you about. The NBA is coming to ABC. That means we'll have special editions of 4 News Now at 3 and 4. Then the Bulls-Knicks games, and then we'll be back at 8 o'clock with the news that you need to know. It's going to feel like our Monday Night Football schedule that we had throughout the fall, and now it's just NBA on a Wednesday. So, but you know, early newscast. That's what we're going for here. All right, that's it for us here on on Nightside, excuse me. Don't forget to wake up bright and early with Good Morning Northwest starting at 5 a.m. Have a great day.